Welcome to Venusian Soul. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be your next shift. Now this shift could be internal, it could be a shift in the physical world. I'm just going to be open to what comes through. So I want you to cast your gaze over these cards and ask your higher self which cards have a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi Group 1. So in terms of the next shift for you, the main change I'm seeing is for many of you, I feel like there's a shift from having to do it and go at it alone, especially with Orphaned here. And then we have Sacred Reverence, which for me is a card of divine union. There's a sense of, I feel for some of you, if you are resonating with being single or wanting to share your energy, share your time with someone, I feel like there's a connection that's faded. With the fates and sacred reverence and openness, Spirit is asking you to open your heart once again. Be open to connection, divine union. That's for those of you who that resonates with, where that's what you're looking for. But with Orphaned in general, I see there's a shift of having to go it alone or having to push through really difficult circumstances, especially with the 10 of Wands, the Tower, the 7 of Swords, and then the World. There's a completion happening in terms of a karmic cycle. I feel for this group, I just heard like pushing a boulder up the hill. It's the sense of you've had to keep pushing through, or you've had to, I keep hearing go it alone, walk alone, or there's been periods of time where you haven't received the support or the resources or the love that you've really yearned for. With the 5 of Swords sitting above the 6 of Swords, especially the 5 of Swords next to Sacred Reverence, I don't know if you've had some wounds around abandonment, or there was something in the past where it didn't work out, it fell apart, and there's been this period of time where you've had to really strengthen yourself. Especially with the Tower and the King of Wands, there's an energy of building again. With the King of Wands sitting next to a higher view, Spirit is asking you to be really committed to your own vision. I think you've learned a lot of lessons around faith, because Spirit is showing me with the 10 of Wands, the Tower, and then the King of Wands, there may have been a situation where things felt like they fell apart, or they literally did. You felt like your life was crumbling, and you felt like things weren't working out, things weren't coming together. But it's almost like you had to proceed anyway. You had to keep moving, keep holding the faith, keep holding that energy. And with that Knight of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands sitting above, especially those of you who feel like you've been having hard times financially, where things are really slowed, or there's just, I keep hearing obstacles for this group. I feel like there's an ending or a shift in terms of how things flow to you. I feel for some of you, it's literally that you've overcome certain karmic lessons or experiences, and now you're ready to receive things more effortlessly. With Patience as well in the World, for some of you, you may have felt like you've been working at this for a long time and waiting, like, when are things going to change? When am I going to get that break, get that shift, have that opportunity come in? But for many of you, Spirit is saying you're upon that time. And I feel like this change with the World comes in because with that King of Wands, you've held that vision. You haven't given up, you haven't surrendered, you haven't let go of your dream, your desires. With Patience and openness, there is still a message here of, I'm hearing not losing faith. I feel for this group, you've had to be incredibly strong, you've had to push through, you've had to hold your faith even when it was difficult. But it's like Spirit is saying, don't lose hope now, or don't quit before the miracle. So there is a sense for many of you, I definitely see for those of you where you have been feeling very alone and you are manifesting a connection, that's coming up really strong. And I do feel this is a connection that's quite faded and grounded. But I also see for some of you, there's shifts and changes happening in terms of finances. If you have been working towards career opportunity, business prospects, greater abundance, that's shifting so that things are flowing more readily. With the 7 of Swords beneath the Tower, I don't know if you people have let you down a lot in your life, where things have just kind of not gone according to plan, or it feels like it's been one thing after another. Because for this group, I don't feel I'm speaking about just one challenge or one difficult point in your journey. I feel like this is like a storyline where there seems to be an overcoming of a lot of challenges, especially with the Ten of Wands and the Tower and the Five of Swords. For some of you, there was literally something that didn't work out, and I feel like that could have been a connection for some of you. For others, it could have been like an opportunity or something around your career, but that could have put you in quite a depressed state, or maybe not to that degree, but feeling quite hopeless, or feeling as though, oh, I have to start again. But I feel like that process is what's enabling you to grow into that King of Wands energy. It almost set the stage for what's coming now. So you may have had some really deep, intense challenges in regards to, yes, your growth, but how you view yourself. I feel like the vision you have for yourself now has come, I just heard, through the fire. There's an energy of a phoenix rising from the ashes, ready for this new world. But I feel without those challenges, or without some of the strength that you develop through this journey, I don't feel you'd be at this point right now. And again, if this is still happening now and you are feeling any sense of depression or sadness, loneliness, isolation, I do encourage you to seek guidance, support, counseling, therapy, whatever you need to really take care of yourself. But with Orphan in the World, it's like in this last cycle, if you felt I can't depend on anyone, or I don't have people around me that I really trust, because I feel for this group, trust is a big factor. With the Seven of Swords beneath the Tower, I feel like there was some sort of maybe disappointment, betrayal, dishonesty that led to this all crumbling, or that led to things falling apart. And that's why now there is an emphasis on it's safe for you to trust, it's safe for you to be open. I feel for some of you as well, it's going to feel a lot. I just heard the next chapter and cycle is going to feel more supportive. And I think that's referring to, yes, abundance. You may feel literally more physically supported as well. But it's like, I just keep seeing flow, things really flowing. But with the King of Wands next to higher view, I feel like you've done a lot of manifestation, or you've aligned your energy in such a way that's what's creating this shift. It doesn't feel like, oh, you know, I've been through this difficult time and then randomly I've stumbled into this great new world. I feel for this group, you've had to really kind of, maybe not push, but really take concerted effort into bringing these things into alignment, or creating shifts within yourself that have led to these beautiful changes. Because I feel as though Spirit is commending you on that process. Now for this group, in terms of your next shift is dramatic in the sense that a cycle completely closes out. Themes from the past, challenges you've had, I feel like they just completely are wiped clear. You see the fruits of your labor and the fruits of your efforts. But there's a sense as well of, with that King of Wands, I feel like you had to go through many rebirths to get to this major jump and this transformation. I feel like there was a level of effort, or for some of you, this could be a breakthrough as well in this new world around a specific vision. If there's been like an endeavor, a career, a dream, an ambition that you're literally manifesting, there's a sense that now you're beginning to see it come to form, or now you can trust, yes, like I'm ready for this. This is my next step. There's just a sense of you feeling really grateful and blessed in terms of how things unfold. But with the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords beneath it, you've already been through a lot of transitions. I feel like you have, for some of you, what I was speaking of something not working out and things falling away, I feel like that was in the past. That's kind of been laid to rest, and you've been through some changes and some healing and some growth since then. But with the Seven of Swords, I keep hearing, number one, trust, but also having faith. So there is still an emphasis here on not losing faith, not losing sight of your dreams, your vision, what you want for yourself, and really kind of staying focused. Staying focused and staying grounded. With the Ten of Wands, again, it's like, I feel like you had to really drive home some of these shifts. Like with Orphan, there may not have been many people who were supporting you in your vision. You may have felt a lack of social support, physical support. I just feel it's like driving, you're in this phase of driving a vision alone or working on something alone, and now in this new cycle, in this new world, you have that support. You have resources coming in. For some of you, you have a really beautiful connection and soul connection that comes through. So there just seems to be a shift in terms of your fate. And with the fates here, it's like you may feel as though things feel very fated, very synchronistic, or they come about in a way, it's like, oh, finally my dreams are coming true. Finally my vision and the things I've wanted for myself are now achievable or attainable. So I do feel for many of you, you are going to feel really grateful and very inspired. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi, Group 2. So the first message I'm hearing for you is, and this message is quite specific, but for some of you where you have certain spiritual gifts, or you know you have the propensity to be a great healer, I feel as though your gifts, your abilities, your connection to spirit will be moving to the next level. Now, for some of you, you may have spiritual gifts, but there's no interest there in terms of, turning it into a career or taking and making changes in the physical. And that's fine as well. The shift is really about expanding your connection with source, expanding your, intuitive insights, your psychic vision. But I see a lot of that coming online. With the Oracle's gift, you then have Breathe. I'm hearing for this group, meditation is going to really be helping you in terms of your expansion, in terms of your growth and your evolution. With Enlightenment sitting above it, there's this sense of a spiritual upgrade, ascending to the next level. There may be an energy of shedding as well, because in order for you to kind of make that leap, there may be energies that, yes, you're letting go of, but I'm hearing making peace with. I keep looking at the Six of Cups and Unfinished Symphony. And for some of you, I feel like there's making peace with the past. This could be a karmic individual from the past. This could be your entire childhood for some of you. But there seems to be a completion here around the past, or feeling as though you're finally finished with what has been. Not holding on to it anymore. With Judgment there as well, sitting above the Three of Cups, it could be some clarity in terms of relationships and connections and what has served you, what hasn't, what you want to move towards in the future. There just seems to be this emphasis on clearing or closing out the past to make room for new. And with the Ace of Swords sitting next to the Oracle's gift, I also get this sense of really trusting your gut instinct, because I feel like your inner voice, your inner truth is going to be speaking to you very loudly and clear. With Judgment and the Eight of Wands, it's almost like making peace or having this closure creates space for things to move, especially energetically. For this group, I do feel the inner shift is more internal, but it's going to give way longer term to physical shifts. But right now, the inner shift I'm feeling and describing seems to be more energetic, spiritual, esoteric. When the Six of Cups and Adventure sitting above it, there's something that has to be closed out, or there's a lesson that you learn and you gain from a past experience, which then sets you up for a new adventure, or sets you up for a new beginning, and that then you move in a new direction from that. So I do feel with Adventure sitting above the Rose's Kiss, the Rose's Kiss is my card of life becoming sweeter, like blessings coming in, good luck, there's a little lady beetle, there's a sense of blessings abound, positivity, new life, there's new growth, but Spirit is saying something has to have a level of closure to give way. And with Unfinished Symphony, this kind of energetic closure is where Spirit is bringing your attention. With Breathe and the Four of Cups, there may be some changes right now where you have to really assess what has and hasn't worked, or what has or hasn't satisfied you. So there could be this period of time where you're getting clear in terms of, okay, this wasn't for me, this is where I need to set boundaries. With the Six of Pentacles sitting above Temperance, I really feel for some of you, you're healers. And you may not be a healer in the sense of spiritual healing. This could even be that you have a gift working with others and could be mainstream. But I just feel for this group, with the Rose Quartz especially, you have a huge heart. You have a tendency to really give and extend yourself. But it's almost as though you may be calling time on who you're giving to, or you may be reflecting on how much you've given in the past, especially if you felt a sense of it depleting you, giving to others at the expense of self. Now, I'm also noticing we have, with the Oracle's Gift 37, number 10, we have 10 here with Unfinished Symphony, and then we have number 9 with the Rose's Kiss, which for me are all cards of closure. And then here with Breathe, we have 29. So you have 9, 10, 11. There's a sense of kind of taking steps. You actually have 8, 9, 10, 11, but there's a sense of taking steps before kind of getting ready to close things out, before being ready to jump into, I feel like with enlightenment, it's a new state of being. It's a very high level of consciousness, or your perception around yourself, around your life, around connection is jumping to the next level. I see you having access to more spiritual resources. For some of you, as I've already mentioned, it's literally more intuition. You're able to hear Spirit more clearly, or you're able to get those messages very strong, especially if in the past there was a sense of, I am intuitive, but there's things that are kind of blocking it, or I'm not able to hear the divine as clearly as I once was. Spirit is saying that there's an upgrade happening, but I feel like it has to do as well with calling judgment and calling time on what has been. Letting go of the past, letting go of old energies, not taking and carrying them forward with you. Especially with that 8 of Wands, for some of you, I feel once these changes and closures happen and are complete, you may be really guided to, with adventure, I keep thinking of try something new. I do feel you may be prompted for a new adventure, and that will vary for each of you, but for some of you it could literally be like a trip or some sort of change or movement in terms of physical location. For some of you, I feel like you're being encouraged to step into your abilities as a healer. So it could be exploring an enterprise, or exploring a new career and moving with that. With Judgment sitting above the 3 of Cups and then finishing on the 6 of Cups, there's a very clear assessment happening or knowing around who you allow into your life, who you want in your presence, who serves your highest good. Like, you may be really reflecting on what you want moving forward and what that looks like. I'm just hearing like a knowing and a gut instinct. Any prompts that you receive during this time, like ideas, visions, it could even be like signals like, no, this person or this situation is not for me. Spirit keeps bringing up, make sure you listen. But with the Oracle's Gift, Breath and Enlightenment, which are 3 cards for me around ascension, spiritual growth, spiritual development, I see you really, there's an upgrade, or there's a stepping into a new level of experience, a new level of consciousness, a new level of self-awareness. So I do feel for this group, it's almost as though that shift sets the stage for changes, especially because for some of you, I feel like Spirit is literally encouraging you to use those gifts and those abilities, and to trust in your spirituality and allow that to really guide you when it comes to your career, your path, your direction. Yeah, with Temperance, if you look at the 6 of Pentacles above, it's more about giving to others. Here we have a woman that's literally refilling her own cup. So I do feel for this group, although you are very loving, very giving souls, there's a sense of perhaps preserving some of that love and energy for yourself. Not giving excessively, you may be pulling away from people or situations that drain you, that just aren't in your highest good or just don't give to you, where it may feel a little one-sided. I do feel for this group, you may be assessing the relationships you've been a part of. For some of you, I feel like this could be like a karmic situation. For others of you, with the Three of Cups, I get the energy of like a friendship circle. You may be reassessing certain connections you've had in childhood, but I just get this energy of reassessing what has or hasn't worked for you, what you want moving forward, being really clear in terms of this is who I am, this is what I deserve, this is what I need moving forward. And with the Ace of Swords as well, Spirit is saying don't be afraid to speak your truth. For some of you, you may literally be speaking your truth and coming out in terms of sharing your energy, sharing your vision, sharing, certain ideas, certain gifts you have. You may be sharing certain messages from Spirit. You may be working as an intuitive, a channel, a healer. It could be sharing your work or sharing your ideas on social media. But there seems to be this emphasis of not holding back in terms of your gifts, your talents, your abilities, and what you have to offer. There's a very strong energy here with that Four of Cups, also of, it's not so much not settling. With enlightenment sitting above it, it's like you're ascending to the next level, but it's like you're taking a final look back. It could be taking a look back as well on how far you've come with Temperance next to it, how much you've healed, how you've transformed, and what you're ready for now. So I feel like there's a lot of praise here for your growth. And I do think there's a lot more spiritual ascension that's happening for you. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Hi, Group 3. So the first message I'm hearing for this group, I feel like there's been a period of introspection. We have Into Me I See, Observer, and Healing Chaos. So I feel for this group, there's been a period of time where you've had to really go within, reflect. There may be some truths and epiphanies that came from a period of time of contemplation is what I want to say, with this Four of Swords especially. And it's almost this energy where I feel like you're being reborn as that Emperor. With the Emperor sitting beneath the Three of Pentacles, for some of you, you may be feeling really inspired and very confident. There could literally be something that you're wanting to try your hand at. There could be a gift or talent that you're sharing. It could be as well a really great omen just for career, where you're feeling a lot more confident. But with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands, for some of you, I feel like this shift is around self-expression and sharing yourself. I do feel for some of you it is in the context of, especially with the Three of Pentacles, of some sort of gift you have, whether this is within your career and the context of your career. It could be like a hobby, a side business. I do feel there seems to be this energy of really sharing yourself, sharing your talents. And I just noticed, look how many, we have so much divine masculine energy. We have the King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So this is really a time of, I'm hearing self-empowerment. I feel like you're going to be feeling very strong, very grounded. It's almost go-getter energy. But it's a complete dichotomy compared to, with Observer, Healing Chaos, Into Me I See. It's almost, for some of you, you may have had to really be in this divine feminine energy of healing, introspection, being really gentle with yourself, and this is how you emerge after that process. Especially with Healing Chaos, I feel for some of you, there's already been a huge amount of transformation that's prepared you for this. But the next shift is very much about the physical world, around making changes, taking action in the physical. You have the Ace of Wands sitting above the Knight of Swords. So I see your passions, your interests, what would I say, the things you love to do. There's this emphasis on now's the time to bring them to form, especially with Knight of Swords sitting next to TikTok. TikTok for me is a card of divine timing, but for some of you it could have felt as though things were really slow, or having an interest, having a passion, having an idea, but then thinking, Okay, so, when can I make this happen, or when can I bring it into form? Or perhaps spending some time really planning with the King of Swords, taking a step back and planning certain ideas or planning your next steps. But it's like now Spirit is saying, okay, charge ahead. Now's the time to take action. You have close encounters sitting above TikTok with love. For those of you who are wanting to attract in, it could be literal new love in a romantic sense, but it could be more love in terms of connections, friendships. I see you feeling more alive, more inspired. But just in general, I feel like Spirit is saying that Ace of Wands, that energy that you're giving off is going to attract in like-minded souls, is going to attract in new, fresh energies. I see you being in a space where you're feeling really blessed. Yeah, I just had everything coming to life, or everything being full color. I feel like you're going to be feeling as well. I just keep hearing inspiration for this group. For those of you where you have been really inspired to start something, especially the King of Pentacles next to the Three of Pentacles, I see a lot of abundance coming from your passions or from your ideas. And Spirit is saying, don't allow any doubt or uncertainty to pull you back or hold you back from what you truly want to create. And with Healing Chaos, for some of you, I feel like you may have developed a certain awareness around talents you have, around specific gifts while you were in this process of healing. I'm almost seeing this as a cocoon, and it's like when you were introspective or when you were going through that phase, you may have gained a lot of clarity in terms of, okay, this is what I'm really passionate about, or this is what I love to do. So this is the direction I want to move in. I just see that there's certain truths, epiphanies, or breakthroughs that really help inspire you. With the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor, it's like Spirit is saying, don't discount yourself in regards to your potential, in regards to your skills, your gifts. Could even be like your charisma, your leadership qualities. There's a really strong emphasis on, I think for this group, you are in a very empowered energy, or at the very least, after this shift is complete, you are going to be feeling very empowered. For some of you, you may literally be feeling as though you want to be your own boss, or you want to take charge of your career, move in a different direction, just be really inspired to take logical and calculated risks that feel good to you, that you know are moving you in the right direction. Yeah, with the Page of Wands and King of Swords, for some of you, I feel like you've gone through this process where you were doing a lot of reflection, and you were thinking quite deeply around your life, your path, what you do or don't want, what that looks like, what changes you want to make. And I feel like some of that contemplation is paying off, because now it's time to kind of enact those shifts, or to literally make those changes to create a lot of transformation for yourself. But with that Knight of Swords, I feel, especially Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, there's inspiration here, but I feel like it gives way to shifts in the physical very rapidly. So it could be that there's certain changes that come in, but they completely blindside you in a positive way, like blessing in disguise. Or with close encounters, for some of you, I see you meeting someone who is a blessing, like this is a positive meeting, but it could be quite either out of the blue. For some of you, you may literally be so focused on your own talents, your own gifts, your own enterprise, career, that you're not even looking in that direction, and then they come in. Because I feel for many of you, you're in a very empowered energy around self, around taking care of yourself, doing what feels resonant and right for you, not holding yourself back. And I feel like that's a really powerful and beautiful energy to be in. Now, with that Four of Swords beneath the King of Pentacles, if you're listening to this reading and right now you still feel there's a lot of healing I have to do, or there's more energy that I'm going to work through, Spirit is saying don't rush, and trust that when it's time to start moving and taking action and making changes in the physical, you'll know about it. You'll sense it. Your gut instinct will tell you, okay, move ahead. Now's the time. Like, let's get going. So you don't need to force this shift, because I do think it's going to happen naturally and organically. And Spirit is saying you can trust your own timing and your own process in regards to when and how things proceed. But for those of you with the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, where there's an idea or a vision, or you feel really inspired about something or someone, if you don't feel like that right now, I feel like you will. Like, that's the energy that keeps coming up. But I feel like Spirit is giving you that green light and that go ahead in terms of taking action on your passions, not allowing fear to hold you back, not taking no for an answer, being in a really vibrant, beautiful energy yourself. I feel for this group, you've had to do a lot of work around strengthening the divine masculine energy within you. So being really assertive, setting boundaries, knowing when to balance the divine feminine, the healing processes with taking action. And I think for some of you, you're at that precipice where it's time, or it will be time, to really jump and move ahead. But with that Knight of Swords next to TikTok, there is a sense that some of these shifts may be faded, that you're not, I don't feel like you're completely driving the ship. I think Spirit has a hand in creating some opportunities or creating some shifts and changes that help you with this process. But I feel overall it is aligned with your own desires, or it is aligned with what you envision and foresee for yourself. And that really helps move things along, and that helps everything proceed. But with the King of Pentacles, the energy I just heard was make sure you're really grounded. With the King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, yes, follow your inspiration, follow your passions, but make sure as well you do have a solid plan and also solid steps to be taking. That you have an idea of, okay, first I need to complete such and such, and then I'm going to move in this direction, so that things are kind of planned out and you have an overall idea and vision of how you want to proceed. Again, be open to Spirit, be open to your guidance, but I do think having that solid vision, that solid plan is going to help you, especially for those of you where this passion is linked to career, endeavor, your talents and skills with that Three of Pentacles, because I do think you're moving towards a lot of abundance. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Hi, Group 4. Okay, so the first message I'm hearing for many of you, I feel like there's a shift where you move with a change in the wind, or there's an opportunity for movement. This could be relocation, it could be moving homes. Now that won't resonate with all of you, but for some of you, that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing with opportunity sitting above Call of the Muse, there may literally be an opportunity for you to express your gifts, your passions, to do something new. It could be a new job opportunity as well. For some of you, it could be a new opportunity or role or job, which then leads to relocation or travel or movement of some sort. What I'm hearing is, overall, your next shift is about no longer feeling stuck or no longer feeling bound to where you've been. For those of you where you've been feeling a little bit maybe stir crazy, or feeling as though, oh, like when am I going to move, or when are things going to shift and change, when can I gain some traction, there's a sense that things are starting to move, things are starting to transform. With the Magician and the Two of Wands, I do feel for some of you, you may have literally manifested this yourself, where you've had a certain, the Magician, the Star, the Two of Wands, there could have been a vision you had of wanting to go somewhere, or wanting to relocate, or wanting to put your energy to something, and it's like now you can, or now the timing is right that you can move, or this opportunity appears which enables change. And again, it won't be true for every single one of you that you're moving, but there is a big movement in energy. There's a big change that wants to come in your physical world. And for some of you, that may involve travel or movement of some sort. And also wish fulfillment in terms of, with the Knight of Cups and Call of the Muse, it could be in terms of your career, but only for those of you where your career or your talents, your business is what you love, because I feel like there's an opportunity to do what you love, or to step more fully into your passions. So for those of you where you're feeling very inspired and passionate around a business or an enterprise or a job, a role, your career, I see that kind of going to the next level. For others of you, it could be a transition where you're literally moving towards your dreams, where spirit is really encouraging you to focus on what you love to do. I also see you being really clear with that King of Cups in terms of, okay, what makes me happy? With the Eight of Swords sitting above the King of Cups, again, there could have been an energy where you felt really stuck, or you felt like things aren't moving the way I hoped, or things are kind of a little slower than I hoped for. And I feel like you reach this time where everything starts to move ahead, especially with the King of Cups and the Chariot. Again, we get that energy of movement, travel. There's just a sense of new opportunities on the horizon for this group. And with the Chariot and the Tribe, some of you, I see you moving toward kindred spirits. And it could be in a way that you're not fully conscious of, such as receiving an opportunity or taking a new job, moving or having a new location, living in a new home, and then you happen to be in the vicinity of certain individuals who you really resonate with. There seems to be a coming together in the physical world. With the other groups in this reading, they seem to be more introspective, more about inner shifts and inner changes that then give way to the physical. With this group, it seems to be very much focused on physical changes. With flexibility sitting above the Chariot, I'm hearing be open to change. With the Star above the Chariot, there's almost this energy where you have your eyes on the prize, like what you're asking for overall in terms of a dream, a vision, the things that really nourish you, that you want, are spot on. But you may need to be flexible with how it comes in and who, the specifics, who, how, when, those types of details, Spirit is asking you to be flexible with, especially because we have exposed and revealed next to it. But with exposed and revealed next to the Star, you may be also receiving and have some downloads or epiphanies in terms of, okay, this is what I really need now. This is what's next for me. This is where my vision is leading me. I just see you having a level of clarity and truth and knowing that really guides you in terms of where you put your energy. Now with the Two of Wands, we have this person here. You can see them kind of consulting their heart in terms of, okay, where do I want to go? What's next? And with that Two of Pentacles, the biggest shift for this group is coming out of a phase of uncertainty, because I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, it could be that you had to juggle, like say like a day job and your passions, or you had to juggle the life you had and where you were living or what was happening versus the life you wanted. Whereas now you're moving into a time where things are actually coming to form, or things are able to flow. There is a very kind of creative, inspired energy to this group and to this reading, where it's almost that sense of dreams coming true, like a lot of blessings, especially with the Magician, the Star, and the Nine of Cups. But it's almost this sense that you created it. I'm also hearing that Spirit is asking you not to be afraid of change, because we can sometimes set these intentions and have certain goals and move in a direction, but in the back of our mind there could be trepidation or fear. And Spirit is saying the changes you're going through, the shifts that are coming in, are going to be blessings, and you can have trust and faith in this process and how things come together. With the Eight of Swords, for some of you as well, I feel with the King of Cups beneath it, it's almost like I'm hearing, I know what makes me happy, but I feel like I can't get there. So with exposed and revealed next to the Star, for some of you, you may be getting epiphanies or ideas in terms of, actually, this is how I can bring this to form, or this is what's going to really make me feel happy and fulfilled. This is my next step. I feel like there's a level of clarity that comes in for you. And it's almost as though that clarity is what helps guide you moving forward. Because you can see with that Eight of Swords as well, the person is blindfolded, and it's like the blindfold comes off. I don't think for this group though you were blindfolded in the sense of not knowing what you wanted. It's more that energy of not knowing how to make it happen, or feeling as though, yes, this is what I'm manifesting, this is what I desire, but I'm not receiving the opportunities yet to make it come into form. So for some of you, if you've been really holding a vision of your ideal life, what you're seeking, what you want for yourself, Spirit is saying the blessing is that it is going to come in. You are moving in the right direction. But again, it may come in a way that you weren't expecting, or that it may be slightly different. The external trappings of this blessing or this shift or this change may look a little different to what you expected, but then it's like it gives you that complete emotional fulfillment. For many of you, there's an emphasis on you feeling fulfilled, you feeling supported, you feeling nourished. And again, I keep hearing finding your tribe. It could be as well through changes or self-expression with the call of the muse, and opportunity and a change in the wind. It's like you make changes in terms of your physical world, what you want, what you need. But again, I keep seeing it's like that puts you in alignment with your tribe. So it's that energy where I may start a business, or I may put something out there, or start a new job that I'm really passionate about, in a new career. But then through that, through my endeavors, through my work, in that workplace, I then meet people who really resonate with me, and I find my tribe and I feel a sense of belonging. So that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.